Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the Texans franchise where we went on to the Super Bowl. We won both of our games with a score of 38 points on offense. Our defense also allowed 30 plus points on defense, but we were able to hang on in both games, and now we made it to the Super Bowl where we are going to face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who won their playoff game here, the championship game, 28-21. Tyson Clark tossed 3 touchdowns. He had 293 yards and no picks. So great day on offense there. Nick Norris probably cost the Panthers the game there with 2 interceptions. They were good enough on offense to move the football. Christian McCaffrey, very solid day. But the 2 touchdowns probably broke them their neck. And the Buccaneers were very good at passing the football around to multiple receiving threats there. And Shaq Barrett is still a great pass rusher. He still got a sack here. He's getting up there in age, but he still got a sack. And also, not just a sack, he also got an interception. And also, James Bradbury got an interception, the 6'1" corner out of Samford. And so we have something to worry about here. I think James Bradbury, even this far into the future, still a good corner. The Bucs won both their games 28-21, and so they move on to the Super Bowl here, which we will attend to in a short second. We have the Pro Bowl results here. Nobody of those 2 teams is going to make it, obviously. I'm sure Angelo Mendoza would have made it. I'm very sure that Dakota McKenzie would have made it as one of the best running backs this year. We had 2 receivers that should have made it. Diego Cordova as tight end should have made it. We had one of the best pass protecting O-lines in the league. We did not allow a whole lot of sacks, and I'm pretty sure like 3 or 4 offensive linemen should have made it. And yeah, for the defense, we have Ryan Springs and Matthew Starks. Although I don't think Springs had the greatest season, but Starks definitely should have been on that list as well. And then for linebackers, we have Chris Portillo that should have also had a chance to be on this list here for the Pro Bowl. And then corners, yeah, Alex Day and Derek Stingley, surely both of them would have made it. Absolutely the best corner duo in the league. Alex Day and Derek Stingley. Derek Stingley had a ridiculous season collecting interceptions left and right. It was unbelievable. And Alex Day was locked down. He also collected a few picks, but he just wasn't targeted as much. And with that being said, Angelo Mendoza wins MVP in his rookie season. He came into a great situation, good offensive line, great receiving threats, and a solid run game that made it very easy for him to move the football down the field. Mitch Slaughter is Coach of the Year. Angelo Mendoza also wins Offensive Player of the Year, so it does not go to any running back or receiver here. Josh Allen and Joe Mixon came in 2nd and 3rd. We have McKenzie down the list and Justin Ross at 7 and 8, so both of them also had a shot. For Defensive Player of the Year in the AFC, we have Myles Garrett, and from the Texans, it's only actually nobody that made it here on this list, apparently. Matthew Starks was not good enough, and Derek Stingley wasn't either. Rookie of the Year goes to Angelo Mendoza, Dakota McKenzie in 2nd, Devian Davenport in 3rd. Yeah, Archer Shirley did not stand a chance, but also Archer Shirley was brought into a way worse situation compared to Angelo Mendoza. And that's why the Texans had completely inflated numbers compared to Shirley, who also had a rocky start to the season. Manny Rogers, a defensive tackle that I really liked but did not pick in the past draft, wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. I thought that Manny Rogers was a huge injury risk, and I did not want to risk it. Best QB also goes to Angelo Mendoza in the AFC, no surprise. If you're winning MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, that makes a lot of sense. McKenzie just about misses out against Najee Harris on the Best Running Back award. I think it comes down to overall touchdowns at the end for Najee Harris, and that's why McKenzie didn't win that title. Justin Ross wins Best Receiver ahead of Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase. So Bengals still have their receiving threats here. And sadly, Devian Davenport did not make it on this list. But somebody that did is Brandon Cooks, the ex-Texan. I traded him away. I thought he was going to be a good match for Kansas City, and he was. Best O-line. We have Kenyon Green winning the Best O-line award. Second is Greg Springs, and third is Tristan Wirfs. Top three is all Texans. And then, just because that's not enough, we have Eric McCoy at center coming in fifth. So the only guy that didn't make it is left tackle Jedrick Wills. And I tend to agree with that vote because Wills was the one who allowed the most sacks. For D-line, we have Myles Garrett at the top, Joey Bosa in second, Starks only in fourth. So I probably think that would have not been enough to make it as the Pro Bowl right end number 2 or something like that. He was a left end, so maybe he would have gotten it. I'm not sure. Best linebacker goes to Khalil Mack, Harold Landry, Mac Crosby, TJ Watt, Bradley Chubb. It takes number 6 and number 7 to find actual linebackers for that award. Best DB is Derek Stingley, and that was a very easy decision. I'd say he had so many interceptions. He led the league in interceptions, and deservedly so wins this award here. Alex Day comes in 7th. He just wasn't targeted as much. I think his coverage grade would have probably been even better than Derek Stingley's. And then we win Best Kicker of the Year as well. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Chris Godwin. So we are going to face the Offensive Player of the Year from the NFC in this game. And we also are going to face Tyson Clark here, who is coming in here at number 7 on this award list. Defensive Player of the Year, we are going to see Chase Young here at the top. Nick Bosa second to him. Aaron Donald as well. So not a whole lot of surprises here. And but there is a couple pass rushers down here. Montez Sweat and Vita Vea for the Bucs down the list, who we are going to face today as well. So they still have Vita Vea, and he's still really good. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Charles Kerr, the Eagles rookie. They drafted him. And then Darren Norton played a really nice season. Really happy to see him up here. I thought that he was going to be a really good guy. Antoine Benjamin comes in 3rd for the Rams, so they draft a really good receiver. And then on defense, let's see who wins Defensive Rookie of the Year in the NFC. It's Julius Sheldon, who I did not really see having a great career. Keegan Randall looked good, and Marco Barnett was actually on my list, but he was so injury prone, and I'm surprised he made it through the season without an injury. I'm actually kind of shocked. Tyson Clark wins Best QB in the NFC. So we are going to face the best quarterback in the NFC today, along with the Offensive Player of the Year in Chris Godwin, and a couple of really good defensive linemen. They still have a really good defense. It's just not as stacked anymore, and it's getting older. And for running backs, we obviously have Ezekiel Elliott here. He's going to be on the top of this list for years to come. We have the best receiver in Chris Godwin. Obviously, that's a very, very easy to see. Buccaneers do not have another massive threat like that, at least according to the awards, and the awards go from production probably. Best O-lineman, we have Shaq Mason at guard for the Buccaneers, and then Ryan Jensen, who probably still a center for them. So there's a couple of guys who are also on this award list. And then for defensive line, the Buccaneers, Montez Sweat and Vita Vea are 5th and 6th on defensive linemen here on this list. And for linebackers, Shaq Barrett, obviously, toward the top of the list as well. Still a great pass rusher, and probably gonna be a problem in this game. We'll see. Devin White also made it down there at number 9 for linebackers, which is pretty high considering this award should be for linebackers, but it is basically all about the edge rushers. And then Antoine Winfield and James Bradbury are toward the top on the DB list. Best kicker also on the Buccaneers. It's Daniel Carlson. And yeah, Angelo Mendoza, he wins lots of awards. He's also, apart from all the awards, the NFL passer rating leader. So yeah, that gets him superstar, X Factor, Dev, and lots of XP. Actually, 8 experience points. Let's put him to good use here. We go field general for a few times, and then we'll see with strong arm probably. But field general for now. Let's get all those accuracies up as high as we can get, and then we get some throw power in here as well. I like it. Throw power is very important, especially on all those throws to the sideline where you have to zip the ball in, and he's good at that, I'd say. Then we get a little bit of everything here on this one. Let's put the next one into field general as well. But for some reason it is just not catching up with strong arm. And I say we are gonna go with one more field general. Yeah, this is kind of a weak one, but at least the short accuracy gets better. Kind of interesting that short accuracy wasn't really getting all that much better. Let's put the rest of them into scrambler, I guess, and get this short accuracy up a little bit more. Yeah, there's some short accuracy and under pressure, which is also really important. We have a good O-line, so throw under pressure is not all that important, but it's still a rating that's kind of a weakness for Mendoza. So we'll want to get that up as well. We get a little bit of break sack action here and throw under pressure as well on this one. Let's put one more into scrambler, and I think that's it then. 8 skill points invested. And yeah, his ratings are gonna look absolutely awesome. Short accuracy, under pressure, on the run, and then a little bit of break sack and carrying as well. Let's look at the ratings now. We see the X Factor development trait there. He's now a 91 overall without morale boost, and he's still 21 years old. Like, that is ridiculous development. And let's look at the ratings. Yes, this is awesome. So without all the ratings boosts, he has 99 throw power, he has 95 short, 91 medium, and 90 deep accuracy. So after your rookie season having all of those in the 90s is awesome. Justin Ross wins an award, so he gets a little bit of extra development as well. Let's put that to good use. Into deep threat, we get a little bit of route running. +1 acceleration is not bad. He's not the greatest athlete, but the upgrades have been really kind to him. And without the ratings boost, his catching is 94, his catch and traffic is 93, his spec catch is 96, and the route runnings are all in the 90s and high 80s as well. Derek Stingley got an award. He also gets an upgrade here. And yeah, that's kind of like a ratings filler. It doesn't really get up the zone coverage, but he gets a lot of the other stuff upgraded a little bit. He also has X Factor now, which is a new development as far as I know. And let's look at his ratings for a couple seconds. So he's a massive athlete with great zone coverage and also great man coverage. Like, he can do both of those things. And then we have Dakota McKenzie getting up to superstar dev after this great season. And that gets him a little bit of XP as well. But I don't think he's going to get a ratings boost out of it. I don't think so. Diego Cordova is another guy that gets an upgrade in development. It's going to be star dev, and deservedly so. He had a massive season. Like, he had I don't know, close to 1,000 yards or something. I'm pretty sure that it was really like the best tight end season this year. Like he was the best tight end this year. Unfortunately, there is no tight end award, so we should have seen that. Kenyon Green gets Offensive Lineman of the Year, and that gives him Superstar Dev. And I was actually thinking about letting him go at the end of the season, but with Superstar Dev, he's still a very young guy. Maybe I keep him around. Matthew Starks also gets Superstar Dev. He is a pass rusher that had a really good season. I don't think Ryan Springs had an equally impressive season, but this was basically Stark's rookie season. It was his second year, his sophomore season, but the first year starting for him. Great season. And then Alex Day goes also up to Superstar X Factor, and deservedly so. He is one of the best corners in the league. He is not being targeted at all because he has blanket coverage on almost every play. And for this game, we are going to get back Matthew Thierry from injury. He's going to be the number 3 outside receiver. So he will see the field a little bit, but not a whole lot. And then Deacon Stallworth also coming back from injury, the rookie defensive tackle, who is going to be a starter in nickel packages, but in base personnel, it's going to be Kinlaw and Grover Stewart because they are just more well-rounded players. And then let's do some more upgrading here. We have Alex Day getting a little bit of man coverage in there. His zone coverage is already really good. And there we can see it, the beautiful Superstar X Factor Dev. We have awesome speed. He has 94 zone coverage without the boost. And let's get the man coverage up there too. And even in press, he's really good. Kenyon Green getting an upgrade. He has a little bit of strength on this one. Awesome. And a little bit of pass block power, which is kind of okay, I guess. So now Superstar Dev for the left guard that I was gonna let go, but I don't think I'm gonna have to keep him, I guess. And yeah, he looks like a really well-rounded player now. Matthew Starks, he has still the abdominal tear. He's out for the Super Bowl. Can't do anything about it, but he gets +1 acceleration and +1 power moves. He also now has Superstar Dev. Looks awesome, and very excited about what he could do in the future. And sadly not going to see him today, so it's going to be Martin Monroe coming off the edge, and we'll see what he can do. And we have the Super Bowl scenario here, and I hope it's just the beginning, but right now this means everything to me. We gotta win this game, and yeah, I think there is more to come still. Even if we get it, there still has to be more of this stuff. We just built a contender with a quarterback on a rookie deal, and there's a way to continue this window. Let's look at the Bucs. We have Tyson Clark, who has average throw power, is solid short and intermediate thrower, but the deep stuff is really not there. His arm is not the strongest. They have Leonard Fournette in the backfield, great speed and run over ability, I guess, but he is not going to make a whole lot of people miss just with his juke move. Chris Godwin is an X factor, and deservedly so after this season, and he only now has arrived in regression territory. He has adequate athleticism, really good catching ratings, and he's an awesome route runner, especially in the short and intermediate parts of the field. They have Alan Lazard as their second wideout, also adequate speed, good catching abilities, but the route running is just not really there. So I think like after Chris Godwin, it just doesn't look too good. Jason Young, they drafted him 2 years ago. He has adequate athleticism. He's like 6'4", and his catching rating is really not all that great, but all the other stuff looks pretty good. Well, actually, his route running is also not all that great. Their number 1 tight end is Nick Boyle, 32 years old already, horrible athlete, and good blocker, just not a great receiving tight end. Their left tackle is Sharif Walden, 22, a rookie out of Notre Dame, who has who's really not all the strongest. He's not the strongest guy, but he knows how to handle finesse guys, the speedy guys. He's just probably never gonna be a great anchor against power rushers. Their offensive line looks absolutely stacked, though. The only real weakness I think they have is Jawan Taylor. And they got an edge rusher here in Brandon Burks that I also had on my radar. I think he was one of those guys that was a little bit injury prone. But he has 84 finesse moves and really good athleticism. Absolutely scary. And he is ready for this game. They signed Montez Sweat on the other side. A massively talented and gifted athlete with great finesse moves and also really good block shedding ability. He can play the run as well. Vita Vea in the middle of this defense, who is still not really deep into regression territory. He has 99 strength, 98 block shedding in this game, 92 power moves. Like, what more do you want from this guy? And then they've also got Shaq Barrett. Like, this defensive line looks ridiculous, and they will need it against this kind of offensive line. And Shaq Barrett is not the greatest athlete anymore, but he's still a really good run defender, and he can spin out a tackle if he wants to. Devin White in the middle of this defense. He is still a great athlete. One of the best linebackers in the game, just not all that great in coverage. He is a pure run stopper at this stage of his career. Their number one corner is Carlton Davis, who kind of has regressed with the speed. But his coverage abilities in man coverage and zone coverage look really solid, and he can press really well as well. Jamel Dean is their number two corner, who is also getting a little bit older, but still not quite in regression territory. With great speed, great man coverage ability, can press, and his zone coverage is not all that bad either. And then James Bradbury is actually the number three corner. He's getting up there in age. I think he was drafted in 2016, and this is like 9 or 10 years later from that. So he's probably like start of his 30s, but he's still a good corner. And then on the back end, they've got Antoine Winfield, a great single high safety who can hit and can tackle and can diagnose the run as well. They have Vinny Wall on the other side of him who can play in the box. He is a run stopping safety. His coverage responsibilities probably not going to be great tonight, so there is something to watch out for. Wall still has a little bit to learn. And without further ado, we're gonna get into this game. Tyson Clark, Chris Godwin, Devin White, and Carlton Davis, and Vita Vea. This team still has some really gifted NFL players, and this is gonna be a showdown here in Atlanta. This is the Atlanta Stadium, and obviously the Bucs want to win here in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium right before the Falcons' eyes, but the Texans still have a good chance to make something happen here as well. It's Angelo Mendoza is going to get onto this field, and we are going to get into this game now. I think the way to beat these Bucs is probably to run to the side where Brandon Burks is, just because he's not a really great run defender. He can do it, but he's more of a pass rusher. If you run it into Shaq Barrett, probably not going to end all that well. And if you run it right up the middle into Vita Vea, probably also not going to end all that well. The receiving game, I think they have a good trio of corners and safety tandem, so that looks pretty good. But I think you can still win. It's up to the receivers then. It's and also ball placement. Like, if you can put it somewhere where only your guy can catch it, then even blanket coverage can't do anything about it. Fournette with an 8-yard run, and then they are going to go play action. And Clark is looking to take off, and he fumbles it away on his first passing down. He fumbles it away, and Martin Monroe is the one who is recovering the football. Is this one going to stand? Probably. I think... Yeah, no, I don't think he was down when he fumbled the football away. That was great defense by the Texans, starting off this game with great field position. We have a quarterback that threw only 6 picks. He threw for almost 50 touchdowns, and he had over 5,000 yards passing. He was even closer to 6,000 yards passing, and then to 5,000 yards passing. So yeah, 2nd and 7, and McKenzie's gonna get the handoff right up the middle, and that should be good for 6. 3rd and 1 coming up. We have a split backfield, and Etienne is gonna be motioned out. Handoff goes to McKenzie, and that's 4th down. And they are going for it. 4th and 1. Fullback in the game, and McKenzie is gonna try to stiff arm the first guy out of the way. 5 yards and a first down obtained. Yeah, you gotta go for it in these kind of situations. 1st and 10 for Mendoza. He gets it away to Lincoln, who has a first down, and shoves away one defender. 11 yards, first down. 1st and goal for Mendoza. Now we have 11 personnel. A motion for Davenport, and it's a run pass option, and Davenport is gonna walk it in. Touchdown Texans. They take the lead. Devian Davenport put in motion there. Great play. I think he can break a couple tackles if need be, but he had a chance to walk in untouched, and he did. Clark hands it off to Fournette for the first down run here, and Fournette has about 19 yards. And a first down. Closer to midfield now. Double A-gap look for the Texans, but they back out of it. And Clark is scrambling again, and he's going to be taken down. Did not fumble it away this time, but 3 yards. He still has not gotten a pass off. 3rd and 6, and now he gets it away, and that one is 4th down and 1. Gotta go for it. It's midfield. You have to get the first down here. They do not. They punt it away. Mendoza hands it off to McKenzie, who's going to angle to the outside and then breaks one tackle, falls ahead, gains 14 yards. First down Texans, and they move the sticks. Again, this offense is very solid at creating easy 3rd down situations or not have them at all. Mendoza gets it away. Cordova with a huge running ability here, and that was a huge run after catch. 26 yards on the easy dump there by Mendoza. And look at something else that we saw on this play. There's the pass to Cordova, and Thierry blocks one guy and then blocks a second guy, and that was enough for Cordova to almost break it to the end. He didn't block the second guy to perfections, but it was enough to get them past the first guy. And now he's running down toward the end zone, and that is going to be a touchdown. Diego Cordova with a beautiful run after catch here. They apparently cannot stop him, and I actually cannot believe that because they have Devin White in the middle there. Mendoza, another easy throw there, and oh well, the slot corner went for it, and he came up empty while Diego Cordova ran the other way into the end zone. So it's a 14-0 game already. Tyson Clark, you got some work to do. 5-man pressure, and Godwin has the first catch of this game, 28 yards, and he's got the first down at midfield. Broke 2 tackles in the process as well. 2nd and 7. And Tyson Clark has a 4-man pressure, and Alex Day allows the completion here to Jason Young, but he tackles him immediately. Still a first down catch, getting about 12 yards. 1st down and 10, 2 tight ends to the right, and that is going to be a play action shot for Clark, and nobody fell for it there. Jamie Cantu runs him down and gets the first sack of the game. Tyson Clark... now you have some work to do. 2nd and 19. Gotta get about 20 yards here, and you get at least the last yardage back on this one. So 3rd and 9, a lot more manageable, but still long. And Clark throws it off his back foot, and Desmond King loses his coverage responsibility. It's the Buccaneers putting some points on the board, and it is Chris Godwin. What were you thinking, Desmond King? That was a pretty bad mismatch, and they abused it immediately. 2nd and 10, Mendoza hands it off to McKenzie, and there's not a whole lot of room to gain. 3rd and 7, they back out of the double A gap look, and Mendoza is sacked, and that's Shaq Barrett who gets a sack in this game. Who I was talking about him earlier, and yeah, he's just still a great pass rusher. 1st and 10, Clark getting it away. Jason Young breaks a tackle, and he's racing down the sideline, and that is cut from behind, but 43-yard reception, and Tyson Clark, by the way, still without incompletion. Oh my God, Alex Day, what on earth was that? And then Derek Stingley finally tracks him down. 1st and 10, Tyson Clark has 4-man pressure and has his man as well. That's a 1st down. Tyson Clark 7 of 7, 142, and a score. 1st and goal. Can they punch it in now? Oh, that's a sack for Martin Monroe. And that might put a dagger on this drive. 2nd and goal. Tyson Clark. He gets it away, and Godwin is stopped shy of the goal line. Down to the 1 now. 3rd and goal. 1 yard to go. Not even 1 yard. Probably half a yard. And that was a horrible call as Jamie Cantu again with a sack. Tyson Clark going down. The play action did not work, and they have to take the field goal. 14-10 lead for Mendoza and the Texans. And Mendoza gets it away. Davenport with a nice catch, 9 yards. 2nd and 1. And Mendoza has an empty backfield. Dumps it off over the middle there for A.J. Lincoln. And he's got the 1st down, about 10 yards. That was very easy to achieve. 2nd and 9, 11 personnel. And Mendoza can see the pressure coming in. Vidavea beat his blocker, but it's a 7-yard gain for A.J. Lincoln. 3rd down and 3, double A gap look. They are going to hand it off. And Dakota McKenzie's got the 1st down. That's about 10 yards. And it moves the chains to the edge of field goal range. So now you got to get points here. 3rd and 3 coming up. And Mendoza has a clean pocket for a long time as Cordova is again open 11 yards. Apparently they cannot stop him. Vinny Wall not able to hang with him this time either. 1st and 10, Angelo Mendoza. And he has to scramble outside as the pass rush was closing in. And he runs it downfield, gets 6 yards. 2nd down and 4. And we're at the 2-minute warning already. 3rd and 4. And Mendoza gets it away. And that was a pretty bad decision. I think the angle route was very open. But Cordova makes the catch. Gets the 1st down. 2nd and 10 now for Mendoza. Play action shot. And he's going to get it away. And that is Cordova into the end zone. Touchdown Texans. Oh my. That was a little bit too easy. 2 touchdowns for Cordova already. And now it's a 2-score lead again for the Houston Texans. Tyson Clark scrambling around. Nowhere to go. 1st down. And timeout taken. That's actually 2nd down and 2. But they are going to hand it off. And Fournette breaks 1 tackle off. Follows up on the outside. Gets the 1st down about 9 yards. 1st and 10 for Clark. And he's going to dump it off to Fournette, who lost the football. And the Texans recover. Oh my. You got to go get the score here if you're the Buccaneers. Instead, Fournette coughs up the football on the hit by Javon Kinlaw, I think was the guy that actually knocked it loose. And now, very good field position. On the edge of field goal range, close bunch to the right for Mendoza. He's going to take the deep shot, and he's got this one. It's a post to Davenport. 1st down, 24 yards, and now you're in the red zone already on 1 play. Second and 10 for Angelo Mendoza, and he's gonna have his man Diego Cordova, and the Texans have a 3-score lead, and Cordova has his 3rd receiving touchdown of the day. Now, that was a little too easy. They left him just wide open down the seam here. Clark gonna scramble around again, and he throws over the middle, and that's Chris Godwin. Can you close in on him? Oh no, you can't. It's a 82-yard touchdown to Chris Godwin. That was too easy by the Texans defense, but they got the ball back, and they got close to field goal range. AJ Lincoln, he may have gotten them 3 more points. Do you run another play, or do you just take the field goal from here? It's a 59-yard try. Kaimi Fairbairn right down the middle, and it's good. So it's a 14-point game for the Texans at halftime, and the Buccaneers have got some work to do. They're behind because they had 2 costly turnovers that resulted in scores by the Texans. And the Texans also get the ball back after halftime, and as McKenzie is still going, and now he loses the football, and it is a turnover. Wall returns it to the end zone, but that looked kind of close. Maybe McKenzie was down by contact, but if they score off this scoop and score here, yeah, that looks really close. Let's take a second look if we can get one. Yeah, no, I think his knee was down. I don't think that's going to stand. Wall got the touchdown. There is a booth review, and I think he fumbled it away just as his knee touched down. Yes. Yeah, now you can see it clearly. He still has possession. Now the knee is down, and then the football comes out. I think this is going to be overturned, and it is. So still a 14-point game, and Mendoza's blitzed immediately. Did not see the linebacker coming down, and he goes down, punt away, and the Bucs now have the football anyway, but not with a scoop and score touchdown, and also not in great field position. Clark with an 8-yard pass to the outside. And pressure is coming in, and Desmond King got down the quarterback. It's a sack on the zone blitz here as they sent the linebacker and King as the slot corner, and Clark did not see it coming for some reason. 3rd and 8 coming up for Tyson Clark. Another zone blitz. They can get it away, and Young has got the first down. That's got to be disappointing. 12 yards, and Tyson Clark is still perfect on the day. 13 of 13 for 269 yards is a ridiculous stat line, I gotta tell you. That looks like a perfect quarterback rating to me. 1st down and 10 for Tyson Clark. And he is gonna scramble outside and not take the contact. I think he would have absorbed a pretty big hit by Portillo there. 3rd and 3. And Clark has got it away, and that is going to be a first down to Palmer. So they are going to move the chains on this one as well. And now they are into Texans range. 2nd and 8. And Clark is running around again. And that was a horrible angle by Stallworth. 3rd down and inches coming up. And they're just going to hand it off to Fournette, who's going to run over one defender in Grover Stewart and get the first down. 1st and 10 now. 2 tight ends to the right. Fournette motioned out wide. Clark has a clean pocket. He's going to throw it to the end zone one-on-one, and it is broken up by Alex Day. That's what I want to see, man. 2nd and 10. Tyson Clark going to dump it off over the middle, and there's just not a whole lot of room there. So 3rd and 4 coming up. Double A-gap look. They back out of it, and Clark has a wide open receiver over the middle. That is going to be a first down for the Buccaneers. And Alan Lazard with the catch here. He was open for some reason, even though his route runnings are pretty horrible. Fournette on the screen, and nice tackling by Chris Portillo. Great block shed there. And by the way, the Alex Day deflection was the first incompletion on the day for Tyson Clark. And now they have a play action shot, and I think the Texans defense fell for it. but nobody was open. The linebackers and the defensive linemen were not running through to the quarterback immediately, but the receivers were blanket coveraged. And yeah, Clark goes down. 1st and 10 for Mendoza after the field goal. So now it's an 11-point game, and Cordova has got another catch. It's 7 yards. 2nd and 3. And Mendoza is pressured, and he cannot even get it away before he's sacked. Devin White, with his great speed, runs into the backfield, takes down the quarterback. 3rd and 8, Mendoza. This time he's got it away, and Davenport's got the first down, 11 yards, and they are going to move the chains. Carlton Davis couldn't prevent Davenport from this one happening. 2nd and 10, Mendoza is going to throw it over the middle. A.J. Lincoln's got the first, not the first down, but like 7 yards on this catch. 3rd and 3, and Mendoza. There was a wide open man on the sideline. What were you doing? Or running toward the sideline. I think it was A.J. Lincoln. So punt back to the Buccaneers, and Clark one-on-one at the sideline, out of bounds. 2nd and 10. That was only Clark's second incompletion. And Clark is now going to run it and break a tackle, and that's 8 yards. 3rd down and 2. Tyson Clark gonna hand it off to Fournette. Easy first down, and 6 yards on that play. First and 10 for Clark, and he's gonna dump it off over the middle there, and that's Jason Young, who has got like 7 yards on this one. 2nd and 3, Clark with a double twin set, and he's gonna dump it off to his running back again. He's just dumping it off all this time. And 1st down and 10 now. Trying to cross midfield is Fournette, but there's just nowhere to go here. Great play by Chris Portillo. Houston Texans, by the way, 2nd in the league in takeaways. And this is not going to be a takeaway. And Buccaneers are going to move into field goal range. It's Nick Boyle, the tight end, with a wide open reception. 1st and 10 for Tyson Clark. And he's going to throw it to the sideline, and Fournette is going to have about 8 or 9 yards on that first down. 2nd and 2 coming up, and Clark is going to throw it, and he dumps it off to his running back again, and Sheffield is going to take him down, but not before he gains the first down. 1st and 10 for Tyson Clark, and he's going to scramble to the outside and throws it to the sideline as Chris Godwin makes another beautiful catch, 9 yards. And there is another injury. It's Deacon Stallworth, and he's going to exit the game. And I don't think he's going to come back in this one. We're 7 minutes away from the end of the game, and the Bucs need to score here. As Clark is just running around, not knowing what to do, and he is sacked. In the end, it's Javon Kinlaw. Everybody was chasing him down, but in the end, Kinlaw was the first one to get him. Bruised shoulder for Deacon Stallworth. Yeah, I think you got to bring him back, man. You got to bring him back, and he is in the game now. Tyson Clark over the middle. Way too easy to Jason Young, and that's 20 yards and a first down. That was pretty awful. 2nd and goal for Fournette, and nowhere to go. Stood up immediately. It's Javon Kinlaw, who has been really solid this season. 3rd and goal from the 6. Gotta have this touchdown here. Gotta cut into the lead. And Clark is scrambling around and sacked finally. It's Deacon Stallworth. Yeah, he was injured. He has, what was it? Bruised ribs. But he is playing through the pain right now. Mendoza gets it away. It's Justin Ross, and there's just 8 yards or something. But 3rd down, very easy to manage again. And they are going to run it. Dakota McKenzie falling ahead on the next one as well. And they have success running it. 1st and 10 for Mendoza, but nowhere to go. That's an easy loss on Dakota McKenzie. Devin White just stormed into the backfield. 2nd and 12. And now Dakota McKenzie's going to get the handoff and fight ahead for the first down. He gets 11, 3rd down and 1 coming up. Mendoza is going to throw for the first down, and he's got his man. It's Dakota McKenzie. If you can't run it with him, well, then just throw it to him. Can probably make a few people miss after the tackle as well, the catch as well. 1st and 10, and McKenzie breaks a tackle, and that is about 11 yards. And yet another first down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. Now we're inside 2 minutes now, and they got to run out this clock here. 8-point game after that field goal, and another timeout forced to be taken. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Buccaneers. For the Texans. Buccaneers have to stop them right here, but McKenzie gains the first down, and that should be the end of this game. Well, maybe not. I'm not sure. 2nd and 12. They are going to hand it off to McKenzie, and he is going to be taken down inbounds. Did not run into the end zone. 3rd and 3. They are going to hand it off, and McKenzie is shy. 4th down and 1, but they managed to run out this clock entirely, and that's it. Texans win the Super Bowl 31-23. And Mendoza wins MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Quarterback of the Year, and a Super Bowl, all in his rookie season. We have seen a great game here by both teams. In the end, I think it was the 2 fumbles that just made it way too easy for the Texans to profit and get an immediate touchdown out of that. Both times great field position, and that's why we win this game. Mendoza had a great day on offense. I didn't think he made many mistakes. The pass rush was pretty good for the Buccaneers. Like they came into the pocket plenty. But Mendoza, for some reason, was able to mostly get it away in time. And Tyson Clark had also a great day. He throws for 376 yards. Has like a 90% completion percentage or something. McKenzie had a great game, 115. No touchdowns in this game, though. And Leonard Fournette also had a pretty good game. So, yeah. And then Devian Davenport on that RPO bubble, it was counted as a run, so he has a rushing touchdown in this game as well. Godwin with 165 and 2 scores. Ridiculous. Diego Cordova, 116 and 3 touchdowns. That is an unbelievable performance. They were not able to cover him at all over the middle there with those linebackers and safeties. I don't know why. AJ Lincoln had a good game, again with a few catches. Devian Davenport had a nice game. McKenzie had a good game, and Justin Ross was not targeted at all today. Devin White was all over the field, but they were not able to stop him immediately. Jamie Cantu has 2 sacks, 1.5 for Javon Kinlaw, and then Martin Monroe also got 1.5. Pretty awesome stuff by Martin Monroe here in this playoff run. So, we did not have any interceptions in this game, but we had a couple forced fumbles for turnovers. Javon Kinlaw was the first one to get one, and Byron Redmond also forced a fumble, so that's pretty awesome. And a little bit of upgrading to do, but yeah. This is it. There is no season 5 coming for this rebuild. I would have loved to, just because Dakota McKenzie now is an absolute force to be reckoned with. 92 trucking, he can run over anybody if he wants to. We have an absolute MVP stud quarterback with an awesome upgrade right here, and +1 acceleration, +1 speed, ridiculous upgrade here. And but yeah, Angelo Mendoza is already a number 6 ranked quarterback just based on overall. He has absolutely massively great athleticism. They have the Texans have Chris Portillo in the middle of this defense. I still would have loved to see one more season out of him just to see where he can get. He has been playing pretty good lately. He is a top 10 linebacker in this league now, a top 10 inside linebacker, that is. But on the other hand, there was still a lot more to do. Like, his coverage was not flawless, and I think his tackling can be cleaned up a little, but the play recognition really got for him there in this season, and also already in the last season. So, and but still, I would have wanted to see him grow. We have 2 lockdown corners. We know what they're all about. I think this defense, we could hold this defense together for like 3 more years, just because we have Angelo Mendoza on a rookie deal, and I think we could run it back like 2 or 3 more times, but I just do not have the time anymore. And yeah, Diego Cordova, very unsurprising, 3 touchdowns, deservedly so, wins Super Bowl MVP. We have we had a really good run, and we still had we would have 2 first-round picks next year as well, so there would be something to look forward to. But this season and the series is over. Thanks for accompanying this journey, and yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for no reason at all. That's it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.